Dbacks Playin Hardball, presented by Valley Metro. Smart move. Visit valleymetro.org.
We come to you from RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C., the world's first planned capital. Hi, everybody. I'm John Magnus, and great to have you with us this Sunday. And welcome to another edition of Dbacks Playin Hardball. Well, you heard it right. We're here at RFK Stadium, and the hoopla surrounding the first home game ever for the Washington Nationals is unsurpassed. We'll get to that in a moment. But we'd like to take the opportunity to take you on a tour of our nation's capital. We begin our tour of Washington, D.C. with the Washington Monument, which stands nearly 560 feet tall and is virtually visible everywhere in the city. Our nation's first president, George Washington, is marked by this mammoth monument. Unlike other larger cities, Washington is not dominated by skyscrapers because in 1910, Congress passed a Height Restrictions Act to prevent federal monuments from being overshadowed. The Lincoln Memorial is an inspiring marble structure where a statue of the seated Abraham Lincoln, the 16th United States President, gazes out over the reflecting pool. Now, in between the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument is the World War II Memorial, dedicated by President George W. Bush in 2004. Visitors to this remarkable memorial pay tribute to the many men and women of World War II, amongst numerous peaceful water fountains. Other war memorials to visit include the Korean War Veterans Memorial, with its lifelike depiction of 19 multi-ethnic soldiers on patrol, and the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, which lists the names of those who died in the war on a long black granite wall. A visit to Arlington National Cemetery allows those to pay tribute to the many distinguished men and women who have served our country. The eternal burning flame of John F. Kennedy's gravesite, and the monument honoring the tragic September 11th plane crash into the nearby Pentagon are poignant locations for reflection. The Pentagon itself is a massive building and is the headquarters of the Department of Defense. In fact, it is known as the largest office building in the world. The United States Capitol is a prominent building at the east end of Monument Mall. The figure atop the dome is called Freedom, and below the statue, a light burns whenever Congress is in session. Our next stop is the Franklin Delano Roosevelt Memorial, with over 7 acres dedicated to the United States' 32nd president. Reflection pools and bronze sculptures highlight the 4 outdoor galleries, one for each of FDR's terms as president. Across the tidal basin of the Potomac River stands the magnificent Jefferson Memorial. The author of the Declaration of Independence and the 3rd U.S. president, Thomas Jefferson, is immortalized in this beautiful palace. This house has the most famous address in the United States. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue has been the home of nearly every United States president while in office. And just down the road, as baseball returned to Washington for the first time since 1971, President Bush was on hand to throw out the ceremonial first pitch. Special thanks to our photographer, Aaron Bryant, for joining me on that tour of the monuments around Washington, D.C. And when we come back, we're going to hear from some of the fans here of the Washington Nationals to get their reaction to baseball returning after 34 years to our nation's capital. Stay with us.